Hey guys, it's Anna. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is a hard video to film for me. I am going to talk about, as you can tell by the title, basically gonna have a really casual conversation about why I decided to move out of LA while doing my makeup. I don't know, it's weird. I want to make it like a very casual environment. This is kind of like the video you want to watch while you're also getting ready. So like I'm getting ready while you're getting ready. Basically we're getting ready together since we can't really hang out. We're social distancing, okay? So we're both getting ready together. But I just wanted to say before I even start as a disclaimer that I by no means, like seriously, I debated doing this video because of that same reason. I do not want to hate LA or anybody that lives in LA. I'm assuming if you clicked on this video, it's because you're interested in the topic. Just know every single opinion is personal. Whatever I tell you is definitely not everyone's reality of people living in LA. This is just my personal, like me, Anna, my experience. So that's the disclaimer. Let's put on some makeup. I'm going to put on this Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum. It's really great if you have dry skin. Highly recommend it. So I guess I can start by telling you my story, like when I moved there, why I moved out there, and all that. So in case you have absolutely no idea who I am, hi, I'm Anna. I moved to LA in 2014, so what was that, 6 years ago, to go to college. I was living in Mexico, in Guadalajara to be exact. I moved there for college for a graphic design program at this really cool art school called Otis, and I lived there. I did like my 4 college years and I graduated in 2017, and then after graduating lived there from 2017 to 2020, so that would be a total of many years. I'm not good at math. So while living out there, like I said, I attended college. I got my first 2 jobs out of college, and I also met my husband while living in LA. We actually met on Tinder. I'm gonna hydrate my lips now with some fresh lip balm. This is my favorite shade, Caramel, and it smells so good. I wrote some notes because I want to make sure I go over everything. I've never done a get ready with me while talking or telling a story, and let me tell you, it's hard. I'm using the Beauty Counter Tint Skin right now. I do want to mention something that is really important to me, and it's that for me, like my personality type, I'm a Cancer, very sensitive, very emotional, and particularly I'm not good at letting things go. I feed a lot, like a lot off of people's energy. If I go out in the world and I have a negative experience with someone, I'll carry that with me throughout the day. And I know it's completely wrong, trust me. Like I'm trying to work a lot on that. It's something that I'm working on constantly, like actually every day. At some point in my life, like definitely the last year living in LA, I realized that since that is who I am and it's such a daily battle, that I figure it might be worth it to try and just like remove myself from a situation that would make me feel that way, which was living in LA. So I'm gonna start with the very basic things that everyone mentions. I just want to reiterate, and like I'll tell you like experiences that had happened to me. So obviously traffic, you heard about it. I'm gonna go in with my ILIA Beauty concealer. I'm actually very used to traffic. I grew up in Guadalajara and I also went a lot to Mexico City. Traffic was nothing new for me. If anything, I actually enjoyed LA traffic better, because if you've been to Mexico, you would know that like traffic there is so much worse because people honestly don't give a crap about rules. They just like run red lights. Like I actually didn't really mind the traffic in LA because, like I said, it was like an organized traffic. Here's the thing about traffic, like obviously people are stressed, and the thing for me that became like a reoccurring thing is I would be driving to work 7 in the morning. I already got at least one person give me the finger. So imagine carrying with that energy for the rest of your day. And I mean, obviously honking and flipping off is like a constant reoccurring thing, but my day started 30 minutes ago and I'm already getting flipped off by people, honked at, yelled at, and I would just like have very bad and negative days. Like I would obviously get to the office and I'll be angry because the drive there was stressful, someone flipped me off, someone honked at me, someone yelled at me. I did not enjoy that at all, for sure. Also, like just driving out there in traffic would have a toll on me. Like many times I would get off work, it would be like Friday and I would be in such a great mood, but like if there's something you should know about LA, like obviously traffic is bad, but Fridays are the days where traffic is the worst. Also note, like my distance from work, and I guess this goes into the traffic category, my apartment to my old job, it was a 5-mile distance. It would take me 15 to 20 with no traffic, which is crazy, but it's normal. Like now that I live in the South, it takes me like 5 miles takes me nothing. But on bad days, it would take me anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour for 5 miles. My apartment was like slightly east of the 405, like, you know, where Culver City is. I worked in Santa Monica, so I do have to like deal with the traffic of people trying to get onto the 405. But like I said, like it'd be Friday, I would be in such a good mood just driving home from work. It'll end up taking me an hour, so by the time I would get home, it's just like exhausting, you know, like sitting in the car. I mean, again, not for everyone, so people might not mind it. Like I said, I've dealt with traffic my entire life, but there was a point where I was like, I don't want to live like this. And there is a way to live like that. You just move to a city where there's no traffic. I know some people really don't mind it. For me, it was really affecting my mood and my day. So that's traffic. And I'm gonna put on some powder now. This is Laura Mercier's translucent powder. So another super simple reason why I decided to move out, and I think everyone already knows this by now, is just like the cost of living. Just to give you like a little reference, what my husband and I used to pay for 1 bedroom, 1 bath apartment, very small apartment in Culver City, which is like not even that much of an expensive, like we lived in Palms to be exact, if you know where that is. It was not the priciest area for sure, like definitely things are pricier in a lot of places. It was like, I was like affordable to medium. And right here in Nashville, we are renting a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house with a front yard, back porch, backyard for less than what we paid in our apartment. That's like nothing new. Everybody knows things are like that. Some people eventually makes them determine that they want to move out and have more space. Some people don't mind that. Again, that's very, very personal. We were one of those people who were like, I can get more space for my money somewhere else, and so I'm just gonna do it. And if you do want to like have affordability, more space and all of that, the thing that people would do is move outside the city to like the valleys. But the thing is, like, and even I had a lot of coworkers that lived an hour or 2 away from the office, and they would drive that every single day, which again is fine. Some people don't mind. I just didn't want to do that. I'm gonna do my eyebrows now. Just gonna go in with my Anastasia dip brow. So yeah, if you couldn't afford a house in the city, which are very expensive, obviously it's LA, there's a lot of people with a lot of money there, but if you were not one of those people with a lot of money, your other option would be to move outside the city to the valley, and that would mean that you'll have to commute at least for an hour to work, which again, back to my first point, I already explained like traffic, the situation, what it's like to sit in traffic and all that. So that's definitely something neither of us wanted to do. Something that I struggled with, how do I even explain this? For me, being like on social media, reviewing products for you guys and all of that, I would want to go get the latest product. Let's say, I don't know, for example, today I'm actually trying a new mascara from Maybelline that they launched not long ago, and I was able to go to the very first Walgreens near my house. If I was to try to find the same product, I'm not saying this one specifically, but it's like I'm just comparing to what it would be like in LA. I don't know, it would be very frustrating that I would want to go to like the drugstore or to Target, CVS, Walgreens, whatever you want to call it, and I would not find it. And I would not just try 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Like, I would literally try every single one. So it was really hard to get your hands on products because everybody thinks the same way, and there's so much people in this city. You're not just like the only one, you know? Which brings me to my next point, that is, I wrote down, there is too much people, so everything is a competition. For me, it just felt like I was competing with everyone living in the city, basically. Like, it was just so hard to do things that did not involve getting in line. I remember this one weekend, which is when we were sort of thinking that we wanted to move out. We went to Yogurtland, which, by the way, I miss so much. Best yogurt place ever. And surprise, I was not the only one who thought of getting froyo. There was a big line going out the door. And the thing is, it had been happening for so long. Like, we wanted to go to a restaurant, there'd be a huge line. We're gonna go get ice cream, there'll be a huge line. We're gonna go to a brewery, there'll be like everywhere you go. And I know that might sound a little dumb, but for me, it just got exhausting. I feel like I couldn't do anything without having to wait in line to go into a place. That for me was when I realized I don't wanna live here forever. I'm using, by the way, Bushy Brow by Lime Crime. Just everywhere you wanted to go, there would be a line to get in, and going to Target, everything you wanted was already sold out. Not just one time, like it was constantly. That really made me unhappy, honestly. Okay, I'm going to brush my brows, and I'm going to show you this trick that I've been loving lately. So I love this hairspray, by the way. This is John Frieda. So what I do is I grab my brow gel, which is pretty much empty now, and then I would just spray it with some hairspray. And I would just brush my eyebrows up, and I swear this stuff lasts all day. Obviously you end up with very crunchy brows because it's hairspray. They don't move. I love it for the little like bushy brows, so there's a trick for you. Anyways, influencer community. This is something I definitely want to mention, and it's not everyone is going to relate to this. I'm just gonna say quickly, my experience with the influencer community, meaning like bloggers in LA, was not very nice. This is Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Personally, like, I don't want to talk trash because I don't want to be that like negative person, but it really is what you think it is. If you know what I mean. Those girls on Instagram, classic stereotypical LA blogger. It's true in real life. And even worse, when you're within that circle, I would just dread going to events because I was able to connect with like very, 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 very few girls. They're just very superficial. I don't know what else to say. Like, what you see in camera is what you see in person. And it's kind of worse because they're very competitive. They're not very friendly. I mean, they would be friendly to you, but you know their intentions. They talk about who you work with, who they worked with, and like just very flashy like designer stuff, very posy. And I definitely, like, at the beginning when I got into that world, I enjoyed it, but at some point I was like, this is not me. Like, I care about many more important things in life than this. So I wasn't really able to connect. I'll just say it was very, very cutthroat. I didn't really align with their beliefs and their lifestyle. It was all for a show. Yeah, like, it's just all about who you're wearing, who you're working with, how many followers do you have. I know you're thinking about it. I know you follow a girl that lives in LA that's a blogger, and that sometimes you get that feeling everybody's just trying to fit into this like LA girl category so bad that no one's really like authentic or genuine anyway. So that's the tea. I'm gonna go with my eyelashes now. So like I said, I got this Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. I saw a TikTok about it last night and those eyebrows looked amazing. I don't know. I feel weird about this video because, I mean, I don't even know if I've even mentioned this. Wow. I am obviously very, very, very grateful with my time in LA. I mean, damn, I met my husband, we got married. It brought me so many great things, just like to put it out there in the universe. I don't want to seem like I was ungrateful of my time there. I was the happiest girl and eventually started wanting different things in my life. But for the time that I lived there, I was so happy. Man, like, LA would always have like a very, very special place in my heart. That's the very first time I moved out of my parents' house, and I thought I knew who I was. I thought I had it all together. Boy, was I wrong. Like, I changed for good so much. I basically became who I am because I lived there. It forced me to mature, figure out life on my own. Imagine moving out for the first time and just having to go to a different country, doesn't even speak the language that you speak. I'm very, very happy with that, and I would have never changed it for the world. It's just that, you know, as you get older, you want to settle down, you want to do other things with your life, and that's when I realized what I personally want to do with my life, I couldn't find it in LA. Just gonna curl my lashes. I'm not gonna do the spoon today because I don't feel like it, so I'm just gonna go ahead with this one. This probably is very influential as to why we moved. My husband is from the South. He basically grew up very differently than me in the South with nature, and he would tell me all these things that to me would just sound so exciting. I've always lived in the city. I moved from city to city, from Mexico City to Guadalajara to LA, and I never had the chance to live somewhere where there's so much nature, so much space that is affordable in your 20s. I would have never thought I could do that with my life. By the way, great mascara. Wow. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Now that I live here, I can definitely say it's something that I didn't know I needed my whole life until I moved out here. Just having this much space, there's so much nature, there's birds chirping. Is that how you say chirping? At night, you hear crickets and frogs. Granted, Nashville is too a big city, and so far we have encountered several of the things that I was actually complaining about in LA. Every time we try to go out somewhere for dinner on the weekends, if it's a nice, popular, trendy restaurant, for sure an hour wait, which I honestly thought it was something I was not going to have to deal with out here, but I do. At least it's not every single day, it's just the weekends. Also, it's half capacity, so it makes sense. In traffic, which is obviously not as bad, but yeah, there's like still those things. Don't think, oh, it's perfect, like my life changed. I still deal with those stuff in such a different degree compared to LA. I'm loving this mascara. Oh my goodness. A question that I thought was actually pretty interesting is, do you wish you left sooner? The time that we moved out was perfect because that last maybe 6 months, it's when I was really like, okay, let's move, because I don't feel it. I don't vibe with it. That was it. I was just not vibing with it anymore. If I would have moved out sooner, I feel like it would have been such a hard experience for me because I wasn't like done getting everything that I needed to get out of that city. This mascara is amazing. Wowie, recommended. So I'm almost done with my makeup look, and I didn't want to end this video on a bad note. I wanted to talk about things that I miss, which there are obviously definitely things I miss. First one, super easy, being that I did have family there actually. I'm gonna go in with my NARS blush in Luster, and then on top of that I'm gonna layer NARS in Passion, so I like to use two. First thing I miss for sure is my family. I had so much fun visiting them. I did write things that I missed. Like just having things close to you. The fact that you can just drive anywhere. I miss that so much. Like out here in Nashville, if you want to drive to an actual like cool place, you'll have to drive for a while. Out there in LA, you had San Diego, even Tijuana, like we did that once. Everywhere and anywhere in OC, you have like Anaheim, you have Disney. All those like little cute beach towns are in between LA and San Diego. You can go to Joshua Tree, you can go to Palm Springs, you can go snowboarding to Big Bear, you can go to Malibu, you can go to Santa Barbara. I'm gonna do a highlighter. This is Laura Mercier's. Damn, my throat is so dry from talking so much. But surprisingly, out here, I can find a lot, like by far a lot more Mexican products as far as like groceries than in LA. I find everything, you name it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out why. If you know, please explain to me, because I have no idea why. That doesn't even make sense. What they sell wasn't even available in LA. And then like the given, like my favorite restaurants I used to go to all the time, my favorite coffee shops, my friends. Well, I only really had like 3 or 4 friends, so my 4 friends, I miss them for sure. I mean, just like the regular stuff, but like I'm fine. I'm fine. This is Laura Mercier's, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that fresh lip balm. But yeah, I mean, I miss the regular stuff that you miss when you move out of a place. It's easy to not feel that homesick about LA because that wasn't even my home to begin with, you know? But also, as you can tell, we are done with our makeup look, so that's the end of this video, and that's basically everything I had to say. I just wanted to end by saying that at the end of the day, we're all very different individuals. Me, Anna, my personality was just not compatible to settle down in LA, and that's what it comes down to. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I know you all have been curious about why we decided to move out of LA. I hope you guys enjoyed this little chatty get ready with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.